I had to start another live. We were saying about passing. We were talking about losing loved ones and others in our lives. That was the key conversation of today. And today centered around how to focus and move forward. Because losing a loved one, I was saying about my sister's funeral. My father was stoked. My mother was heartbroken. I know my cousin, she cried at the funeral. I got to speak at my sister's funeral, and I recited one of her favorite Maya Angelou poems into my speech as well too, because I loved Maya Angelou. I still love me some Maya Angelou as well too. I have a couple of books, but she
Is
got the
that
chance.
still I rise? Is that
Yes,
the lady?
phenomenal woman, phenomenal woman, and still I rise. I incorporated a couple of them, and there we go again. It's doing it. It's doing it again. YouTube, be great, please. But yes, I incorporated that in my speech and eulogy of her, memorizing her, the things that she liked. And then fast forward, we did a balloon release for her. My family, we got together. My mom, she planned the whole thing. My mom and my aunt, um, one of my other aunts as well, too. Both of my aunts and then the rest of the family, they got together and said, we're going to remember her. We're going to do a beautiful balloon. Everybody got a balloon release in. We went and released the balloons and thought of her. So it's all those little things.
What was
But
her
the day
name?
Je- Jessica was her name, and she was the sweetest person ever. Like my sister would cook a whole meal for. It would be the neighbor. She would go to the neighbor and she'll share it with a neighbor because she was friendly like that. Like she went and she had friends out there where she was staying, and she would also invite us. We would come and spend the night with her sometimes, and she would cook. She'd come up with little recipes. Like she was big on baking, and now I think it's rubbed off me. I'm cooking now and helping my mom out a whole lot more. That was something she would do if she was still here. She just had a giving heart. That's
Yeah,
the person that she was.
that's
And
beautiful.
we have to continue on with their legacy. The same for your sister Ronalda. Uh,
Oh, Renata. Renata. Hmm.
yes, Renata. The same for your sister.
Thank you very
And
much.
to anybody out here who's lost a sibling, that can be like losing a piece of yourself because they've
Yeah.
been with you at the beginning. Help watch you when mom wasn't able to watch you. They've helped diapers. I know it's the same for my brother as well. When he was born, my brother was born in '98, so that's way.
Yeah.
I'm born in '93, so way down. Yeah. Uh-oh, YouTube is tripping again, and we're
Uh,
back. YouTube just
okay.
will not.
I was saying for many years she was known as, oh, you're Rico's sister. So she had the shadow, was in the shadow. But then when she found her identity and catered towards her gifts and got her community rolling, she no longer had to introduce herself that way because she took it as a as a way of breaking the ice with people to say I'm Rico's sister. So after a while, she started to step into her own, and I was so proud of her for that because I wasn't always going to be there. And when I left to come to New York to pursue my goals and dreams, she had it figured out by then. So I was very happy that, and again, everyone who's reached out to send their love and condolences uh, had some very fond memories and stories to share with me. So those things lifted my spirits and have kept me up afloat.
And she's here with you. The same for my sister. Uh, she had a makeup box, and I took the makeup box with me. Like it had the drawers. When you open it, the drawers will come out and
Uh huh.
everything, and it's got. It's those little things that I kept of hers. I also some of her makeup brushes because I would always do her makeup. She'd like, "Come on over, do my makeup or do my hair." But I got a date with my boyfriend, and her boyfriend was right next door to her. They stayed in the same apartment complex, and she's like, "Come on over and do my hair and makeup sometime." And I would volunteer, you know, help her get. And I've kept those things What else did I keep of hers? She had these red pillows. I love roses. So she had these red pillows that had like a rose blooming on the front of them. And they were so beautiful. Like it's almost like pleats on a dress, but they're on the front of. We're back. YouTube, what is going on today? What is going on? They just would not let us be great. But we're going to continue. And she had two sets of them. And I kept those pillows. I said, oh no, these are mine right here. These are coming home with me. They're very sentimental and they have value to me.
Yeah.
So she even made me a birthday card. Like she was very hands on and crafty. And I have a love for Tweety. So she put Tweety Bird on the front of the card for me. This was my 22nd birthday, and I kept that birthday card ever since. And I showed it to mom, and I said, Mommy, do you remember this? Who made this? And she remembered.
She did.
She didn't really look at a picture of her. It's hard for her to look at a picture of her and just break down crying. But I'm like, you have to. You have to come to terms with your baby. You birthed her. I was the third born. And she said after my brother and sister, my older brother and sister came, she said, I was as all of our moms will say, I ain't having no more kids after this. I ain't having no more kids after this. And then boom, here's these baby with these almond shaped brown eyes pops up into the world. That's me, the third born baby, 8 pounds 8 ounces. And I can remember my father cut umbilical cord and
Wait a minute. Hold on, hold on. It sounded to me that, like you said, you can remember having your umbilical cord cut.
yes, my father cut it. My father was like, I brought you into this world. I brought you.
Yes, but do you actually remember that? Can you recall that yourself?
My eyes wasn't even open. I can't even. But he said my father told me.
He
I
told
put
you that, yeah.
yeah,
He told you.
father told me.
I was about
And
to say that's one heck of a memory because, and
I can
no, really, in
picture
my
the baby.
audition, sometimes
Uh-oh. We're back.
in auditioning, sometimes they ask, "What is your earliest memory?" or something of that
Early
nature
childhood.
to get you talking. I was like, well, man, if you ever shared that in an audition, that memory, I can remember having my umbilical cord cut. That would definitely take the cake. But all jokes
But
aside, that's yeah.
my father did it. And here I am. If it wasn't for my mom and my dad, I wouldn't be here. And I wouldn't have a sister or siblings. After me, the one that I was telling you guys that served in the military, that served
Hmm.
in the army, has now I have a 2-year-old nephew. So it's like, wow, my
What's your
goodness.
relationship like with him? Have
My
you
nephew
had a chance to build one with him yet? I know you said he's two.
oh, loves me. He
Does he?
loves him some me. And if not me, then my older brother, Kelvin. He
Okay.
loves him. He calls him Uncle Kelvin, Auntie
Yeah.
Stevie. And my mom was doing my hair one Sunday. That's how smart they are. He knows how to open doors now. My mom was braiding it out because I had got what a relaxer. I had wait a few days after to get my hair braided, and my mom was doing my hair. I had to sit down the old fashioned way, sit down in the chair and everything, kitchen beautician.
I
And
can see it. I can see it.
someone stands up, plops themselves on the bed, gets a comb, colorful rubber bands everywhere, all over the bed, and I'm feeling like this movement, like jumping up and down.
It's him.
Yes, combing through my hair the same way my mom would. He's paying attention to everything.
Yeah.
But if you put on Lilo and Stitch or if you put on Mickey Mouse, he's glued to vision. So well mannered, well behaved. We have such a good relationship. I pick him up and I spin him around. He loves it. And I put him in the air and he loves my brother. Like they have a very close relationship, father son relationship. Like he threw a temper tantrum. He put on some cry. Brother left. He didn't want to go. My dad had ordered a pizza and we were going to do like a little family thing since the weather started warming up. And this is this year. And my father
Uh-huh.
said, we were going to originally do a barbecue, but my dad said, you know what, just buy pizza. Sit outside and eat the pizza. Everybody got a piece of pizza. And he was running. yard. My dad got the lawn cut. The yard looks beautiful. We have a pretty nice yard. And he was running through the yard, just going crazy, doing what kids do, enjoying themselves. And before we got there, he was crying because my brother had to go pick up the pizza. My dad and my brother were on the phone, and they were saying, "You go pizza, you bring it there." And when he came back, he stopped. So he loves my brother. He loves him some him. He loves,
Yeah. You're in the Carolinas, right?
yes, Carolina girl. Still a Carolina girl. And I people think that I'm from the city, but no, I'm little old South Carolina, Southern Belle right here. So I mean, that Southern hospitality is not going anywhere. Like I'm the type that will someone made a running joke, tea and crumpets and lemonade and all of those things, that welcome you. You bake your pie, cake, whatever. Type of hospitality that we have down here in the Carolinas. And that's how I was raised and brought up. My mom, she always taught us to make sure that you're taking care and looking out for your neighbor and for others as well too. And I think it's rubbed off on each and every one of us. We inherit our siblings too. My sister that passed was like I said, she cooked for everybody that came to her house. The family that would come and spend the night with her. I know my grandmother would rotate. It would be me, my grandma, and then my other brother, and we would sometimes go and rotate when she had her place. And
Hmm.
she was living, and she would cook for us, and she would also make for her neighbors as well too. Like she really had a giving heart, and I think I said all my children were raised to be givers. They were raised to give, and that's the type of person that we are. So, yeah. And it goes a long way. And I'm going to say this too: being gentle and kind to someone goes a very, very long way because you never know what a person could be going through in their real time life. And I've had guests that have come on the show and say, well, me, I thank you for, I wasn't feeling my best today, but you made me feel good about myself. You made me feel happy. And that's what asked me, Rico Cassadine asked me a question yesterday, and it almost brought me to tears. You guys could kind of see me almost at the end of the interview, kind of getting, but he asked me a little bit, but I didn't cry. He said, what do you want your legacy to be? What do you want to remember you for? And I said, being a light, being a vessel, being someone who brought joy to people. So someone can be having a cloud over their day. You make sure that you're uplifting, you make sure that you're pouring into them because you never know what person could be going through or what they're. I was talking to groups on the phone, and sometimes he'll ask me, how you doing, sister? I'll say, not my best. And he'll give me encouragement. He'll try to make me laugh. He'll do all of these things. All of my colleagues in my circle, whether it's Conscience, whether it's Bubs, I'm thankful for each and every one of them. And
Yeah.
Rico, this Rico and Rico Cassadine that was on the show yesterday, all of you guys are uplifting me. We have to uplift each other more than ever. So when Rico asked me the question yesterday, it was just like, wow, what trouble? It made me think, like, it's not my time to go home yet. And then I said something else like, I'm here, not for a long time, but just to have a good time that people are having joy. So that's
Listen,
something.
I use that same phrase whenever I get on the mic for my other job as an MC. I let people know that we're here to celebrate and have a good time. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So let's make the most out of it. I love saying that. And it's true. It applies to my life and many others. So sharing that message just as a reminder of why we're there. Time is always fleeting. It's always going. So it's not going to stop. So let's make the most of it right now.
And not only just that, we're losing so many people. So pour into people and give them their flowers. It is a pattern. If you've watched all 1,000 and counting of my interviews, you would see whenever I introduce my guest, Rico when I first met him. I was pouring into him. I pour into every one of my guests, even with the other Rico yesterday, Rico Cassadine. I was pouring, and he was doing it to me, and I'm like, stop. Like sometimes we give each other our flowers, and some act as if we don't deserve them. We're modest in a way, and it's just like, no, do you not know the impact that you've had? And sometimes, shout outs to K Tukes, just in here, my brother. He'll say, "Sister, you deserve that. Don't act as if you don't deserve that. You deserve that." And
Yeah.
I'm like, sometimes, our minds sometimes play tricks on us and make us think that other people are not seeing. Just you are seeing it and not seeing it. And we're just like, am I, you kind of second guess and doubt yourself a little bit. And to anybody out there who kind of doubts themselves a little bit, stop that. I would
Yeah.
do it. I would go back and beat myself up if I didn't do so great on an interview or a conversation. Literally, like, just go into harsh critique. This could have been better. This could have been better. Like today, there's a few flubs. YouTube is acting up, but I've learned to accept things that are out of my control that I no longer
That's it.
have power over.
That's part of the serenity prayer. Yeah, when it says, accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference between the two. Yeah, understanding that is so important to me, and giving people their flowers and telling them, and seeing the possibilities in all people and honor them in front of others, and be sincere, being
Amen.
sincere. I was saying to be sincere in your approval of people, your approbation, and lavish in your praise. Let them know, because you never know. That might be the last time or something that they needed for that moment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And to anybody out here that's having that problem, make if you feeling down, you're feeling despair, you're feeling all the different emotions. Find an outlet that works for you. An outlet that works for me when I'm down. And my mom, she was going through some of my outfits that I've worn past seasons. It's just like, oh, where'd you get this? Where'd you get this? All of the dresses that I've worn and things. And that was a moment between me and her in our adult years. And she just like, I like to wear things because they make me feel pretty. I like to wear things because they make me feel happy. So the same way I love clothes and all of these things, she loves that as well too. She likes gardening. Don't have a green thumb. Now I can cook, but I don't have a green thumb. So she and my grandmother know how to make things grow. I don't. I can cook in the kitchen. I can shop. I can put together fashions, hair, those things, and host a talk show. But that's not my cup of tea, gardening. But I'm learning as I go. My mom is teaching me. She's working with me, and it's therapeutic in a way to be in touch with nature. So today she picked some flowers and she's going to try to plant that she saw on the side of the road, and they were these beautiful yellow and purple flowers. And she said, "Oh, go ahead and pick these up right here." She got them from the root, and what she's going to do is plant them. And when she typically replants something in soil, they grow. My mom, what she's doing, but whatever she's doing, she's making it work. Her and my grandmother taught her right. Like I said, my grandmother's 82. She can't do the things she used to do, but when she was able to, she knew how to make, tomatoes in her garden, how to have her carrots, how to make hydrangeas grow. It was something in the country down here because again, I'm from South Carolina. It's a certain bush that would, when you touch it, the bush would sort of pull up. We call it the bee shame bush. So yes, nature emotions as well too. And I
Yeah.
tried doing it, scared, and I jumped back. I touched one of the leaves on the bush, and I jumped back, thinking that it was going to grandma was like, "No, you're not doing it right." So it's those little things that I remember, and my grandmother remembers these things as well. You'll tell her something, she's smart as a whistle, and she remembers it. good to now. So it's important that you pour into the ones who were from the beginning. My mother, my classmates watched the show, and I'm so thankful to have all of this unconditional love and support. It just is me. But today's show solely is focused on loss, forward, progressing, picking up the pieces and carrying on that torch of the person that has passed on. So I told my mom, I can't be my sister, but what I can do is continue to keep her legacy going. She wanted to make people happy, and I love making people happy. Even though I sit down with a lot of people, I still, I don't know what my guest could have had the type of day, ripping and running. They'll come on, they're stressed out, they're coming to work. You've seen me interview them. They're going home from work in their cars and everything. And they sit down and they talk with me and they'll tell me at the end of the because I always ask my guests how, thank you so I thank them for coming on and I thank them for, sort of prep and warm up. Oh, the screen is black again. Yep. What is going on with YouTube today, y'all? I'm gonna keep it going. Hopefully, I can see Rico in the playback when you guys are watching the playback. But I'm gonna keep it going. I have to go through all of that of starting a new live. But if I have to, I definitely will. So what I can do is do this in 3 parts. Would you guys like part 3? This will be part 2, and then I can do a part 3. That way we can see Rico and you guys can see him as well too, because I have no what is going on with YouTube. Or else I could you know what? I know exactly what to do. So what I'm gonna do is try on my other see if it will work that way. Because this one right here, YouTube is not being great. It is definitely acting up. So we'll be back and it'll be a part 3 Fashion Dolls. And we'll keep the conversation going and hopefully you guys will catch on. So I'm gonna email the link to Rico and I will be back. Fashion Dolls. Again, we apologize for all of the tech issues, but YouTube has been trying me today. My patience. They tried me yesterday with Rico Cassadine. So I will be back and go refresh your drinks and come back